Good day everyone, my name is Alex and welcome to a new video. So China has done it once again. Even before the iPhone 7 was released, we already have a fake iPhone 7 Plus. So I'm 100% sure that this is gonna be the phone that we will get on September 7th when the new iPhones launch. So the purpose of this video is to make sure that you guys are aware that there are fake phones out there, like this one here, and make sure that you guys don't buy a fake phone thinking that you're buying the original one. Let's begin. I'm gonna start by saying that this is a very good looking fake phone. I mean, if you had the real iPhone in your hand and then you take this, yeah, they feel identical. Even the material that this one is made out of, yeah, it feels identical to the original device. So let's start to the back. So the back is the most different thing from the past iPhones. So we do get a dual camera setup, and originally I thought that since this is a fake one of those wouldn't have a lens. However, they do have lenses in there. Aside from that, we do have a dual flash, the Apple logo right there, and all the way at the bottom we see the iPhone designed by Apple in California, assembled in China, and some serial numbers. So yeah, it does look a lot like a real device. If we move on to the side here, we're gonna see the mute button or the vibrator button, however you wanna call it, the volume up and down buttons, and these ones are also made out of metal. Now the antennas of the phone, before the antennas used to be around here and around here. Those moved, so now we have the antennas all the way at the bottom here and all the way on top. And since I have an iPhone 6, let me show you the iPhone 6 next to this iPhone 7 Plus. I know they're not the exact same phone because I was supposed to have like an iPhone 6 Plus, however I didn't have one of those. So they kind of look the same. You can see where things have changed. However, the iPhone 7 Plus does seem to be a bit thinner than the iPhone 6. So that's normal because Apple always makes their phones thinner and thinner. So this was just so you have an idea how this phone looks and feels next to a real iPhone 6. So the material feels identical. It so happened that I had the exact same color in the iPhone 6. So continuing on to the side here, so the antenna is sitting right here at the bottom. That's the SIM card tray. We do have the power on off button. Then again we get the antenna once again. Nothing on top of the device. At the bottom of the device, surprise surprise, we don't have that 3.5mm audio jack. So now we don't have an audio jack anymore. So we just have two speakers. However, because this is a fake device, only one of these two speakers works. And just the charging port right there, and that's about it. I'm not sure if I really like those cameras on the back. They do stick out quite a bit, and see what happens if you're holding the phone on a flat surface. So if you're trying to type and stuff, the phone is gonna make a lot of noise because it's gonna be moving every time you touch it. Moving on to the front of the device, on top there we just have the front-facing camera and the proximity and light sensor, and at the bottom here we just have the home button, so just like any other iPhone that we've had in the past. Now the phone software, so if I click the home button and then I hold it pressed for a quick second, it unlocks the screen. So all the icons that we see here look just like the icons that you would get the real iPhone. Even the wallpaper in the back seems to move whenever you move the phone. However, this is not running iOS, this is actually running Android with a skin on top, so it can make it look just like the iPhone. The settings app looks just like on an iPhone. If we go to general here and about, for example, we can see that the software version it's 10. However, the 10 version hasn't been released yet, and it will be released whenever the new iPhones show up. So we do have a whole bunch of settings just like on the original device. Now check this out. If I hold this pressed, no wait, let me try that again. So if I press hard enough on this, it even has that 3D touch that the original iPhones have. However, it's an imitation, it's not actually like that. However, it does look like that, and it can fool anyone thinking that they're buying this as an original device. So keep that in mind. Even that exists. At the bottom here we just have the quick settings, just like the original device, and if I scroll from the top, we do have some widgets and whatever else that you would find on a real device. However, this here, it's something from Android, so if you find something like that, most likely you're looking at a fake device. Other than that, the Apple Store, so if you open the Apple Store, however I'm not connected to the internet, you will actually get to the Google Play Store, so it's not gonna be the actual Apple Store. So that's the easiest way to tell if you have a fake or a real device. Just open the App Store, and if it doesn't look like the App Store that you're used to, most likely you have a fake device. Even this here works, so very straightforward. The camera, even though it does have two lenses onto the back there, so let me put something here. There is no actual way of using the second lens, so only the first lens can be used. We do have a couple of modes that will imitate the iPhone, but you can probably tell that everything seems to move in like slow motion. So keep that in mind if you are looking for an iPhone 7 whenever it comes out. The camera should be much faster than this. So now I'm recording video, and if I switch to picture mode, which is done very slowly, so I'm trying to switch but nothing's happening. So keep that in mind, the phone will be much slower than the original. Another thing that I've noticed, just like on the iPhone 6 Plus, if you turn the iPhone this way, everything turns around. So it's a very cool feature, and yeah, it's being imitated from the original phone. So keep that in mind as well. And since this phone is supposed to compete with the Note 7, I do have my Note 7 right here. So let's place them side by side so we have a better idea how big the iPhone 7 Plus is. So even though it has a 5.5 inch screen and the Note 7 has a 5.7 inch screen, it is larger than the Note 7. Alright guys, hopefully this video was useful. Hopefully you did like it and you can press that like button if you did. Don't end up buying a fake device. Make sure that you always buy your iPhones from an authorized reseller. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.